Hey everyone, welcome back to another KSP Let's Play. This is actually going to be my Death Star series, and as you do see, I am launching the top part of the Death Star. In total it has over 3,000 parts, followed of course by my bottom part. So this is going to be substantially speeded up, of course, because it does take quite a long time to get this thing into orbit and actually dock. Ironically, my frame rate here is around 6 to 8 frames per second, so it's not that bad. When I actually get both the objects close to each other, I didn't have a drop in frame rate. It still stayed between 6 to 8 or 5 to 8 frames per second, so I was pretty happy with the amount of frame rates, and overall it was one hell of a challenge, I must say. The top part, in terms of the designer, the creator, I don't know his name, the top part I could tell just from how it was designed in prior to the bottom part, it lacks a lot of engineering advantages, and I could tell that directly just of how it was designed. For example, the bottom part had much larger different separators, or decouplers in that case, which made a chance of, you can say, I don't know how to say it actually, just the word dropped out of my head. The collisions of the engines and the tanks wouldn't happen. This is the second part, as you see. Also, the asparagus staging system over here was done more efficiently. Generally, the structural build-up of the bottom part was way better than the top part. So I would presume that the bottom part was done after he did the top part. He learned from his mistakes. I presume, again, I could be wrong. But anyways, it was still cool. Now I'm sending off, of course, the bottom part to dock. The bottom part of the Death Star. So it's going to be pretty cool, actually. And other than that, yesterday, I do presume yesterday was the Kerbal Con. It was pretty nice. A couple of the updates, tweakables coming on. Science has been revamped and changed, so the hotkey tutorial for the science that I did won't be as simple as it was before, but it will give you again a general idea of how science works. So if you guys are a little bit lost in terms of how to play the game, check out my tutorial playlist. For you expert players, I don't think it'll help much, but for you beginner or intermediate players, it could give you a couple of tips. Here I'm just, of course, changing the angle of the actual orbit to match my actual target. And it's gonna, I think, crank up to 27 times the speed, because it's really took ages to get the parts close together. And I didn't want to make a mistake, because with such a big object in space, you really got to be very careful, otherwise you got to make a lot of adjustments, and I didn't want to take that risk. So yeah, anyway, so back to Kerbal Con. That was some pretty cool stuff. Tweakables, of course. The one main thing that I really loved to hear was the optimization. They supposedly up to 200% more, the frame rate should increase by 200%. Again, they obviously didn't want to write it in stone, but those were the results they were getting. So technically speaking, then, from playing these things, instead of 8, I should be getting anywhere between 20 to 24 frames per second, which would be pretty decent, generally speaking. And I do have a pretty potent machine here, so yeah, I did really make it work in terms of doing this. That being said, back to the Kerbal Con. So yeah, the tweakables should be out. They should be able to adjust a lot of gear, suspension, the fuels. You're gonna have what was it, Saber engine or something like that. You can change it from switching to using oxygen while in the atmosphere to liquid oxygen, so that's pretty cool. It can auto switch using tweakables as well, so that's sort of nice. And then we got the I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and then of course they fixed how the Kerbals, when they fall, the ones that you're not in control of, they auto get up, and the ones that you can get up whenever you want to, so that's cool. A lot of biomes. Minimus has been biomely fixed up. I think much more biomes have been placed there. I did notice as well with this update, I wasn't paying a lot of attention, but I do presume even with this one, the point 22 in relation to the previous one, the texture of the water changed, so you don't when you look at the water, you don't see a repetitive water in some way, that the same sort of small little square water image that's been placed all over the water. So that's pretty nice. And they did sort of make it more realistic already in this build, and that's pretty much it. So I am getting very close, already 400 meters. So I'm pretty much gonna stop my voiceover sometime soon, and we're gonna jump into actually real-time commentary, real-time play. You're not gonna hear me talk much because I'm really concentrating a lot to get this to work. So, but enjoy it. It's in total, I think, 3 hours of play to get this to where it is now. So hope you guys enjoy. And of course, don't forget to tell me what you'd like me to do for the second episode. What would you like me to do with the Death Star? I'm thinking about, obviously, we're going to have an atmospheric re-entry and maybe a rocket shot at it. But if you guys have any cool, crazy ideas that you'd like me to do, please do let me know. We'll try them out and see what crazy stuff I can get done with the Death Star. I guess the other side's open. No? Gotta be patient. Yes. And we have finally our Death Star. Oh my god, I can't believe this. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen.